Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back.
Tell a friend.
Hey everybody, here with another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be going back in time and showing you guys all of our layouts over the years, how it has progressed and changed from the very beginnings of the channel up until today. But before we go any further, let me just say, if you like this video, any of the videos on the channel, please
Like, comment, and subscribe.
and let's see how our Lego display has progressed over the years after the intro coming in.
Now.
So we're going to take a look at my Lego layout as it's evolved over the years, and this is the way it currently looks. We're going to start with before pictures and images until we move to the past. And here is the medieval layout. We're going to start here with the medieval because this is kind of what I've been working on the longest. And you see the other end of Harry Potter there as well, which we'll get to Harry Potter a little later in the video. Originally the pirates and castle theme I kind of mixed together as one. It's only been fairly recently that I've separated the two into two distinct themes. And I actually used to include Lord of the Rings with all of it together as well. So we'll be seeing those kind of separate themselves over the course of the video as well. And you know, as I said, this is the way things currently look. And I'm really happy with the way things are current, but it wasn't always that way. It's been a long journey as we look at the other side of the medieval layout of Camelot, the village of Camelot and Camelot Castle and everything there, and all the sets that have gone into it over the years. But this is the way it started, and as I said before, you can see the pirates and everything was all kind of just together in one. Pirates, Lord of the Rings, and Castle was just one big layout that I began working on. And surprisingly enough, this original layout got a ton of views, which I wish some of my newer ones would get these kind of views, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But you can see a lot of these same sets are still in the collection, and we've gotten a lot more to them and everything. But this was the way it all started. Is with this nice little layout here. You can see Bag Inn down there in the corner. And the blue castle, my blue Lion Knights castle, is the main castle. And then here is the layout. This is right before I was getting ready to say goodbye to it, because I had begun construction on the tables and everything that you see. The layout is now, because this is actually, the way I had it set up is it was just kind of thrown together, what was holding all these tables up. It wasn't real sturdy, and I also realized pretty early on that what was in the center of the table you could never really get your hands on and touch. And you see the red King's Castle here. All my stop motions that I play at the beginning of the streams for the Brick Chat was all taken when the layout looked like this. But what I was saying is that everything that was in the center of the table you could not reach. It was completely inaccessible, and that is why when I designed the current layout, I designed it in a way to make everything as user friendly, you know, play friendly as possible. And so I really like the way that it's turned out in that regard. It's much more user friendly. and you can see this is the beginning of the current layout. And originally, this I separated it into two kingdoms. We had the red kingdom and the blue kingdom, and they kind of paralleled and mirrored each other on opposite sides of this table here. And because we were trying to, both Jen and I were kind of competing. She worked on the blue kingdom and I worked on the red kingdom, and we were kind of going back and forth to see which one everyone liked better. But it's funny going back and looking at it and seeing how bare everything looks compared to how it looks now. And then back here we're building our first forest and certain sets in the forest. And then here is the next phase of the medieval layout. And this was, I had it down at the very end of the table, and I combined it all into one to make one like super medieval / pirate layout. And this layout was very good. It was really nice to look at and everything, and I enjoyed it like this. But we ended up deciding to take the pirate stuff out of it and put the pirates in their own separate thing, because, like I said, they were still kind of combined with one, super layout at this time. And part of the reason I decided to change it up was because of all the newer medieval sets that were coming. There just wasn't enough room for everything, and I knew that the Lion Knight's castle was on its way. And here's a look at where the jousting area used to be and everything. But I still like going back and looking at the way the layout used to be, because like I said, I did enjoy it this way, and that's part of the reason I wanted to do this video, was so to make like a historical record of all the different progressions that the layout has had over the years. And now we are going to move on to the pirates. And like I said, they used to be combined with the medieval layout, so there's not as much of a variety with them as there was with the medieval stuff. But this is the way the pirates are now currently, like, in lots of pirate ships and lots of water and lots of sea battles. And we have the three factions: pirates, redcoats, and bluecoats, and they all have their individual distinct bases and locations and stuff like that. And I really enjoy having it that way, and it gives me, I have enough room and space now to actually expand each of the different factions if LEGO goes to release more sets. Because like you see here, here's the Barracuda Bay land area that I use the Creator 3-in-1 ship to mock in. And so I have room to add more and more to them if LEGO makes more sets of pirates, which I don't know if they will. Hopefully they do. And if they do, I will be first to tell you guys and first to, buy them and review them and all that stuff. As we're looking at the blue coats here, and and all the different ships that I've had, and if hopefully LEGO makes some more ships, and I'm always looking to add possibly more ships. And here's my Pirates of the Caribbean, because I keep the Pirates and the Pirates of the Caribbean together. And, Pirates of the Caribbean, I'd be perfectly happy with that coming back, but it seems like the possibilities of a new film there are not very good at the moment, if rumors are to be believed. And here is the way the pirate layout used to be. It's not too terribly different than it is now, to be honest with you guys, with the biggest difference being I added a center section, and made that little area smaller, so there was more room to put some ships in the center and everything. And then, as I said before, the pirates were integrated with the rest of the themes in my life. The pirate stuff was combined with the rest of the castle and Lord of the Rings themes, and I had like the pirate forts and stuff out on the water, and with the castles and stuff more inland and everything. And then now we're going to move on to Lord of the Rings. And this is the section that I plan on putting the most work into upcoming, videos and time on the channel. It's definitely going to be getting more and more of my attention going forward. But what's interesting about this is it's back where it originally started. Lord of the Rings has moved around a lot within the layout as we get a view of the layout from this end of the tables and everything. And it's just funny to me because, like I said, Lord of the Rings has moved around a lot. See, this is where it originally started. It was still integrated with the other themes in my layout at this time. With the other themes, but I made like the Mordor and everything kind of like the evil theme and stuff like that. And like I said, it started out down at this end, but it didn't stay down here as we get a look at the Tower of Orthanc and everything. And when I look back at this video, I can tell everything needs to be dusted because there was a lot of construction going on at the time and everything. But the resolution on this camera wasn't as good, so it doesn't show up as much as it would now. But still, I look at it and see all that dust. Oh my, it needed to be cleaned up. And this is our bag end and everything. And here's Helm's Deep, and this is like version 2 of the Lord of the Rings layout. I moved it over to the side where Castle Row is now, and it was okay over here. But I'm super glad that we've relocated it back down to the end, and Castle Row works so much better over on the side like this than the Lord of the Rings section did. It more felt like sets just sit next to each other than part of a proper layout. And now we're moving on to Harry Potter. And this one, this is the way it looks currently. And you can see, the missus has got some cleaning up to do on her Hogwarts castle, and populate the display in general. But she has a lot of plans in store for Harry Potter, so if you're a Potter fan, really stay tuned for all of it. And then this is a little bit earlier in the year. I had Hogwarts Express run in and get a little bit of a look at some of the stuff when she first was getting the Harry Potter section going with the Diagon Alley and everything. So she hasn't been able to put a ton of work in on this lately, unfortunately, because I've kept her so busy with castle stuff. Ha ha ha. But just know that she has so much Harry Potter Lego yet to build, and so much more plans and stuff that she wants to add to this Harry Potter layout. And trust me, when it's done, it's really going to be something to behold. And even with my Camelot Castle that I'm super proud of, this Hogwarts Castle might still be the best castle in our whole layout. Maybe we'll have to do a poll or a vote at some point in the future and have you guys vote on that. But this Hogwarts Castle she has is really, really impressive. And here's a look at her mock of the Quidditch arena and her mocked Attack of the Burrows house, the Weasley's house. And then here's, we motorized the Hogwarts Express. So she's put a lot of custom stuff into her Harry Potter stuff, which is really cool. And I can't wait to see how it expands and grows over the years. And then last but not least, we're going to look at the city, My Gen City, as King Oldendorf has named it. And even though it's a mess right now because Georgie plays in it almost daily, and we just kind of let him run amok in My Gen City, I love how full it is. It's to the point that, it's getting harder and harder to add sets to it, to be completely honest with you guys, because we've got it so jam-packed. It's a very bustling area, and and here's our Crystal Lake section, and here's the Disney Castle over on the other side. We have a horror section. We have a prison, and I mean, we just movie theater. There's so much going on in our city, and with all the city sets and modular buildings that Lego comes out with, I mean, we could just keep going and going and going like a lot of people do, and just have a huge city. But the city theme and modular buildings, while we do love them, it's not our favorite thing to do when it comes to Lego. So on this channel, it'll never be the top thing that we're into. But we love having a Lego city. I mean, who doesn't? And that's why this is probably the most interesting thing to watch progress over the years. And here is the very origins of the Lego city. And just look how bare bones it started out. I mean, just look at that. Ghostbuster Firehouse, Town Hall, some modulars are still in the same spots. But man, oh man, has it just grown over the years. But yeah, this is how bare bones it looked originally. And then just a little bit later, we got some trains going in. And here is me and the missus. We, live in the brownstone building. They came in the pet shop. And so it slowly but surely started to grow and become more of a proper city as more and more Lego residents moved into my Gen City. Thought it was a great place to settle down and raise a family. And so my Gen City started with humble origins, but has continued to grow and grow over the years. Like I said, to the point now that it's almost becoming hard to find places to put new sets. And here is Arkham Asylum, still in the box. Originally, we wanted it to go down here, but it didn't end up working there, so we moved it to a different spot. With the Town Hall, like I said, the Town Hall, and with the nice park in front of it, that was always one of our original design ideas. And that's pretty much stayed true ever since then. The Ghostbuster Firehouse, we put it there, and that's where it's lived ever since. So that's always stayed true. This row of modulars, ever since that's been populated, most of these modulars have remained in that same location. Not all of them. As you see, Parisian restaurant there down by the Ghostbuster Firehouse, it didn't stay there. But it's fun for me to go back and look and see how this Lego layout has evolved over the years. And like I said, my Gen City, you really see the most changes in, or at least I do, over the years on everything. Because it's kind of like a history of our Lego collecting in a lot of ways. It started with pretty modest, origins, and big dreams and big goals and hopes and aspirations, and then you go and look at it now and you're just like, wow, like it's really pretty huge from one end of the layout to another. Yes, it's a lot of different themes, but as you see, the Simpsons Quickie Mart not even finished being built. A little park down here at the end by Palace Cinema, and then down here at this other end, we ended up moving our horror sets down here, like Freddy's house and the haunted house and everything. And you see the Tower Bridge back there. Always was trying to struggle on where to put that thing. And then Arkham Asylum's finally built now, and it's still living in the same location. Arkham Asylum still remains at the same spot. And then here is, we started, this is Ash's cabin from Evil Dead, and started, working on the horror theme more and more, getting Crystal Lake put in. Even Crystal Lake started with pretty modest means originally. And all this stuff has grown and expanded over the years, and just as it's been fun to watch. It's been fun to work on, And then here we're looking at more, we're getting closer and closer to the way things are now. And this is actually earlier in the year, back in like the springtime. You can see we moved the bridge back behind the town hall, put the Parisian restaurant over there, and then but that original Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum, that's not there anymore. We've relocated that, and so there's already been some changes. You know, Quickie Mart is built and, you know, been in a big part of our layout ever since. And, you know, you see, you know, Batmobile and Jokermobile and all kinds of shenanigans going on as Georgie just sets up the minifigures and goes on his own crazy stories. And then the train goes through the bridge. That was a fun addition, figuring out how to make that train go through the Tower Bridge, giving the Tower Bridge a proper function within our city and not just be something nice to look at. You know, the Disney Castle, got Pooh Corner, and they're down here by the horror section, Freddy's house, and our Camp Crystal Lake, and there's the haunted house, and then another shot of the Sanctum Sanctorum. But even this is even from earlier this year, and I go back and look at it now and just think how much things have changed just, you know, in 6 months or 8 months or whatever. The amount of work and everything that we've done and put into everything, you know, maybe it doesn't always maybe show up in the streams or even on the channel as much as some people would like, or maybe even than we would like. But when you really look at it this way and see how everything's progressed over the years, it's really pretty amazing, and we're definitely super proud of it. Well, there it is, everybody. We're back to the present, and this is the way the Lego City looks now. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.